In this video, we're going to be talking about sentence structure. We're going to look at different types of sentence structure, and we'll analyze what makes a complete sentence in English. I hope you really enjoy it. If you do, please like and subscribe and stay to the very end to find out how you can get more content and connect with me on my website. So let's get into it. On now to compound sentences. Compound sentences have two independent clauses. It's like putting two simple sentences together. The topic is related. There's some kind of relationship there, but they go together, okay? So what we do is we start by making two simple sentences, and then we put them together with coordinating conjunctions. Okay? We have the sun was shining, comma, and the birds were singing, period. The sun was shining. We have our subject. We have our subject. We have our verb. The birds were singing. We have our subject. We have our verb. Okay? Now we could, let's play with this sentence some. Okay? Let's build this sentence and make it even bigger. All right. So we actually have two sentences here. We have the sun was shining. We have the birds were singing. We're going to build this sentence up with a lot of different parts to it. Okay, what kind of sun was it? What kind of sun was it? We might say the sun was bright. Okay? How was it shining? How was it shining? We might say that it was shining the sun was bright and it was shining warmly. The ly makes it an adverb. Where was it shining? On the trees, okay? And so the sun was bright, it was warm, it was shining warmly, it was shining on the trees. What time of day was this, or when was this? We might say in the morning. All right. So we have some information here that we're going to add into our sentence. We just need to know where to put those things. Now let's do the other sentence. The birds were singing. What kinds of birds were they? Maybe they were, what do you think? Maybe they were tiny, very small. Maybe they were tiny birds. How were they singing? Well, I don't know about you, but I think bird song is a very happy sound. So I'm going to say they were singing happily. What were they singing at? Or who were they singing to? to the children. And let's describe the children a little bit. Maybe they were energetic. Okay, energetic. They were energetic children. They had a lot of energy. Okay, so we have a lot of phrases that will give more meaning to these two sentences. Let's put them together still in just two sentences. So we have the bright sun was shining. The adjective goes before the noun. The bright sun was shining. We need the verb right after the subject. But how was it shining? We need the adverb right after the verb. Okay? Where and then when. Okay? So here we have a simple sentence. This is still one clause. It's an independent clause. The bright sun was shining warmly on the trees in the morning. Okay, let's do the second. So since we've used all of these, we'll take them away. We'll do the second one. Now we need what kind of birds? The tiny birds were singing. How were they singing? We need the adverb as close to the verb as we can get it. All right. And who were they singing to? Okay. Now, we still have one more word we want to put in there. Who is energetic? Remember, it's the children are energetic. So we're going to say, we'll put the word energetic before children because an adjective always goes before the noun that we're talking about. Okay? The bright sun was shining warmly on the trees in the morning. The tiny birds were singing happily to the energetic children. Okay, now we're going to connect these two sentences and make it a compound sentence. The way we do that is by connecting the whole thing with an and. Okay, so we just took a simple sentence, a very simple sentence. We built it up into a very pretty sentence. We did that twice and we connected it with an and we have a very nice, very pretty scene of how, very pretty scene. So this is how we build compound sentences. We can connect these sentences. I connected that last sentence with the word and, like this. But we can connect the sentences with any of these. We call them FANBOYS because the FANBOYS, FANBOYS, tells us exactly what coordinating conjunctions can be used. These are the 7 coordinating conjunctions, okay? So let's take a look at how this sentence is constructed. After the rain stopped, after the rain stopped, this is a time phrase. The flowers bloomed, but the air remained fresh and crisp. Okay, so here's our two sentences. We have the flowers bloomed and the air remained fresh and crisp. Those are our two sentences. We're connecting these sentences with the word but. And after the rain stopped is actually a time phrase. We could have said the flowers bloomed after the rain stopped, but the air remained fresh and crisp. Okay? This is part of this sentence. And if you've seen my video on simple sentences, you'll see how the time phrase can be moved to the beginning of the clause or to the end of the clause. The sun was setting. That's another time phrase. And, oh, actually, that's not a time phrase. That is one of our sentences. And the sky turned shades of orange and pink. We use the coordinating conjunction and. Okay? Next, we have during the summer. That's our time phrase. Children played in the park. Some preferred indoor activities. We're using the coordinating conjunction yet. All right. Yet is another word for but in this sense. But and yet talk about things that do not agree. Okay? And talks about things that agree. So we have and because we have the sun setting and we have both of them are plus. They're both the same, right? The flowers bloomed. That's one. The air remained fresh and crisp. Wow, that's nice. It's opposite because maybe we expected that when the rain stopped, the air wouldn't be crisp anymore. So they're opposite. She visited the museum so she could learn about ancient civilizations. All right, so is a coordinating conjunction, but it shows a result. So is for a result. All right. She visited the museum so she could learn about ancient civilizations. Why did she visit the museum? So she could learn about ancient civilizations. So answers why. Because also answers why, but because is not for a compound sentence. That's for a complex sentence. And I have another video on complex sentences. So is a compound sentence, and you're using two independent clauses. She visited the museum. She could learn about ancient civilizations. Okay, the last, oh, we've got four more, I think. In the morning, birds chirped happily. There's our sentence. The city woke up to the sounds of traffic. Okay, and while is our conjunction. This happened and this happened at the same time. The team practiced diligently. They performed exceptionally well in the competition. You see how and is the right one to use there? Despite the storm, that's the time phrase, the ship sailed smoothly, for the captain was experienced. For here is another way of saying because the captain was experienced. Now, we usually don't use for in spoken language, but you'll see it in poetry and you'll see it for used as a conjunction like this. We use for in spoken as a preposition, but when it's used as a conjunction, it is another way to say because. After the movie ended, they went out for dinner and they discussed their favorite scenes. Ooh. Okay, so we have, this is one of the sentences, and this is the other sentence right here. Okay? I could even argue that this is a dependent clause. After the movie ended is dependent, and that this right here is our independent clause, and this is another independent clause. So that would give us one dependent clause and two independent clauses. So I might call that a compound complex sentence. All right. On sunny days, the children played in the garden. Yet they also enjoyed indoor games during rainy weather. Okay, yet is another form of but. It is a more literary form. We don't use yet as often as we use but in a coordinating conjunction capacity. The scientist concluded experiments, but the results were conducted experiments, but the results were inconclusive. So you can see the scientists conducted experiments, the results were inconclusive. This is a plus, this is a minus. We connect them with a but, okay? And there you have it. That is our lesson on compound sentences. Two independent clauses put together with a coordinating conjunction. I'm so glad that you stayed with us to the end. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I have conversations that I offer on Zoom. If you want to sign up for those conversations, go to my YouTube or my website at thezarden.com, and I'd be happy to work you into our schedule. My conversations provide you with materials and a native speaker facilitator to help you with the conversations. They're weekly, and you'll be talking with people from all over the world. We try to keep our conversations small, so there will be no more than 8 people in your group, and I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions or you want to comment on this video, please comment below. I do look at those comments and they help me get better at what I'm doing. I'll talk to you later and have a great day.